Hello, Aries, Aries rising, and Aries moon people. This is your forecast, astrological and card form, for the week of October 2nd, 2016. Now, quick reminder for you guys on how the format works, because we're working with the new format now, so it's always going to be astrology in the first half of the video and cards in the second half of the video, so you can kind of enjoy the whole thing if you like both, or you can skip to whichever one you prefer. Now, looking, at the astrology of this week, we've got a lot of squares, and squares can kind of go either way. They are tense angles, but, in the spirit of Jupiter in Libra, what we're dealing with, especially from now all the way up until October 2017 is, can we handle good news that might be rough around the edges? Because sometimes, and I've even dealt with people like this in my life where it's like, can't do it. If something's at 95% good, sometimes they tend to flip for some reason, and it might as well just be 0% good. And that's kind of the energy of this week. It's really testing our ability to handle good news with an edge, kind of step up, and step up our game a little bit. And astrologically, this all starts, fairly early on, between Tuesday and Wednesday this week, when Jupiter forms a square with Mars. Well, actually, it's more like Mars initiating the square with Jupiter between Capricorn, your 10th house of career, and Jupiter in your 7th house of commitments and partnerships. And this is creating more of a biting off, maybe a little bit more than we can chew, kind of energy when it comes to time commitments that do promise a very, very big, financial and or romantic reward. But the thing about this, Tuesday and Wednesday, is we can't be in both places at once. And, when it comes to this square, again, it's good news. Even when you have a square, Jupiter still makes it good. It makes it healthy. It makes it happy. But the issue is with Mars, again, it's more like a rains it pours kind of energy. And when we talk about this, there will be a clash in time availability, between work and love. And you might be finding out, this week, it's kind of like, okay, maybe we're staying really late at the office. We're not really being able to spend as much time with our sweetheart as we'd like. And our sweetheart would perhaps maybe like more time than we normally spend together. And both of these can be really good things. It's just, we're going to have to be able to make both work. That's how squares happen. And this could actually be a great week financially for overtime, for extra cash, for scoring brownie points, negotiating promotion opportunities. But at the same time, it may, detract a little bit from romantic availability, or the romantic availability could detract from the career availability. So, again, we're going to have to accept the good news with an edge. Or you could just reject it, but I highly dissuade you from doing that. And I will dissuade you from doing that. When it comes to later in the week, we've got the Sun forming a square. Again, another square energy between your 7th house of partnerships and Pluto in your career sector. And this is definitely talking about a need for people to come clean, secrets coming out at the office. And this could indicate perhaps some unwelcome news coming from a trusted business partner, a VIP client, maybe even an authority figure that still actually gives you an advantage. Sometimes it is in the crisis that we find the opportunity, and this definitely looks like a strong week for that, but we have to be able to actually, again, see past the initial crisis or the initial controversy to capitalize on this the way it needs to be capitalized on. So again, accept the good news when it comes, even if there's an edge on it. So let's have a look and see what's going on with your cards. For your spiritual advice this week, we do have the card of the Dreamer, which does talk about, again, we actually are getting something that we want. We actually are getting some kind of teaser, some kind of test, some kind of preamble of a goal being realized, and this could actually be something that, again, you're kind of noticing it maybe even coming sooner than you were prepared. Maybe you were kind of hoping to begin a job or begin a new project sometime in the foreseeable future, but you weren't expecting it happening this quickly. and it's kind of throwing your schedule out of whack. The important thing with this card, though, is to understand that we need to incorporate it in. This is a good thing. Earlier can be better. And one of the things about this card is that it's talking about, even if it's not coming in the order of operations that we wanted to prescribe to the situation, it is happening. We are getting our wish. Again, the timing might be a little bit off, maybe a bit sooner than anticipated, but again, it's okay. When it comes to your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and your finances, we do have the Page of Swords upright. And this ultimately, again, speaks very much to that astrology. We have a very, very quick opportunity to advance ourselves coming through a spontaneous chance interview, or maybe even evaluation, of an ability to test or maybe even prove ourselves this week coming, whether it's looking for a new job, maybe you weren't even looking for a new job, but it does kind of fall in your lap, or this is an opportunity to fill a role, to get something on board, or hurry something up that you kind of notice has been put on the back burner for far too long in the workplace. And with the Page of Swords upright, there's always that test, there's always that 20 questions that comes along with it. But the nice thing is to know that this is actually a very easy test to take so long as we have the time. It's a very, very interesting commodity for you this week. For your communications with air, when it comes to messages you get from others, from friends, and from relatives this week, we've got the Five of Pentacles upright. And this could actually, show up. Remember, this isn't talking about you. It's inclusive to other people. And this is talking about a friend or a relative falling on hard times, and you are going to need to make yourself available to be of assistance in some way. This could be somebody who is, having a hard time with their own finances. This could be somebody who's having a hard time even with possibly a physical or a mental illness that is looking for some form of support. This might not necessarily be, financial support. This could be emotional support. This could be you helping put somebody else up, helping put somebody, into a better place. But there is somebody coming to call and ask on you for help coming up this week. And it does look like this person is in a place where they really do need it, like they are being responsible and asking for help when they should. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Fool card inverted. And this card can show up where, sometimes maybe a bit of pessimism, maybe a bit of clinging too much to old statements, old ideas, or old circumstances is kind of causing us to get in our own way. Where, it's like, okay, well, I've been rejected so much in the past, or I have not had an opportunity to change this and that, or, I'm not done being over these feelings, or this is not consistent with the information I received a year ago, 2 years ago. And the Fool card reversed is basically saying your challenge this week is to kind of update your perception or update your analysis this week of a circumstance, because it looks like we're kind of looking at it through an old lens, maybe even trying to run a new program on an outdated computer, so to speak. And sometimes that can be a problem. Like I said, we all know those people that are kind of, they look at the present when they need to be looking into the future, or they evaluate the present based on something that is way far back in the past. It's like, well, this occurred ages ago, so therefore it must still be consistent. No, something is not updating. Something is not updating and keeping up within our social circle, within our mentality, or possibly even in our relationships. That needs to be updated, because it's, again, it's kind of like we're not up to date. Something is not up to date because, again, maybe we're not done processing something, but it will be something that you do need to kind of, to kind of figure out, or maybe hurry to an update, kind of like update your personal drivers, so to speak. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Wheel of Fortune upright. And this card can indicate a very wonderful turn of events that may actually prove to bring you a great bit of luck when it comes to finding a new partner through a chance meeting. Now, this could be a chance meeting that is outside the norm, okay? This isn't about going out and just picking somebody up and, going to like a meetup or anything like that. Usually with the Wheel of Fortune, we do have a chance to kind of start meeting somebody by accident. Whether it's, you know, oh, we just have a few mutual friends on Facebook, we bump into each other at the grocery store, or it's a brand new person kind of living in your new space. There's a random opportunity, random chance this week to actually find somebody with whom you will strike up a very, very nice rapport. For those of you who are currently coupled, the Wheel of Fortune upright does say that your partner is going to be taking a very, very welcome and a very refreshing sort of experimental attitude this week. And I think that what's going to change about the relationship is, again, a nice update. If there has been anything that has been completely stagnant or maybe been taking too long to germinate or to develop, again, all of these cards are talking about really, really fast left turns this week happening towards you, your lover, and your professional life. Things that you may have thought were taking too long are making up for lost time. So that is your forecast, Aries. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to get a session with me, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com.